A Thanksgiving holiday is coming up here in the United States, which gives us a great opportunity to reflect upon gratitude, which is, I think, one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves. Now, gratitude was not really often emphasized in the early Buddhist texts. It was there, don't get me wrong, but it was not often emphasized. Nevertheless, I think we can make some emphasis on gratitude right here and right now. The Pali word for gratitude, katanyuta, is related to the word katanyu, which means knowing what has been done, in particular, knowing, realizing, understanding what has been done for us. And scientific study has shown how beneficial it can be to be aware of the benefits that have been done for us, to hold that kind of gratitude in our practice on a daily basis. It's a great antidote to negativity. It's a great antidote to kind of cynicism and depression in our daily lives. Now, that kind of gratitude can be for really great things. It can be gratitude towards, let's say, a great mentor, somebody who's helped us out a great deal in our lives, perhaps a teacher or parents, a great benefactor, somebody who's given us an amazing job. Perhaps we're grateful to our Sangha, the people of our Sangha, if we have a local Sangha that we practice with. Perhaps we can be even grateful to somebody like the Buddha, who has presented us with the Dharma, or to the generations of monastics and lay people throughout the centuries and the millennia who have passed the Dharma down to us so that we have it today. But gratitude does not have to be so grand either, and I would urge you to be aware of that fact, that everything that you see and hear and taste and touch around you, or virtually everything, is the product of someone else who has been helping you in some way. Look around yourself right now. Turn your gaze around, and look around you. You'll see that almost everything your eye lights upon is something that's been created by someone else that you are using. Think back as well to what you listen to, perhaps music or podcasts, whatever it might be, that was produced by someone else making that music, someone else recording that podcast. Think about what you eat. The fact that even if you cook your own food, somebody had to grow it, somebody had to harvest it, had to pick it, had to transport it, had to put it on the shelves for you. All of this is stuff done by other people. And of course, if you didn't cook your own meal, then someone cooked it for you. Another way to be grateful. One example of this that I like to turn to is coffee. In my podcast with John Aaron, we have a kind of a running joke about coffee, because one of the ways that we crowdfund a small amount of money from our listeners is through the website Buy Me a Coffee. And so we talk about how important coffee is in our lives. And one of the things that John got me to do was to be more intentional about buying coffee. So nowadays I try to look for fair trade coffee. And that's a way to be grateful to the growers of the coffee beans, by buying the coffee from them in a way that supports them in a better way. John and I, of course, are making these podcasts on the internet. You're watching these videos on the internet, so there's plenty to be grateful for there, for the people who designed the internet, who set it up, who continually maintain it, and so on and so on and so on. Once you begin to peel back this onion, you'll begin to see how many infinite number of layers there seem to be. But I don't want to suggest whom you should be grateful for. Of course, each of us is going to be different. Each of us is going to be moved by different things. Perhaps you're an artist and you can be grateful to the people who made your paints or your brushes, whatever it might be. In his famous Great Sutta on Good Fortune that I did my book on, the Buddha lists gratitude as one of 38 practices that we can use in our lives to bring ourselves good fortune. How does that work? Well, gratitude helps to counteract the kind of delusions of selfishness and self-sufficiency that many of us are burdened with. And in so doing, it also helps to open us up to the possibility of compassion for others. Because just as others help us in so many infinite ways all the time, so too we can and should try to help other people back if and when they need help. And of course, we can think of our jobs and our lives in many ways as being kinds of compassionate donations to the world, even if we're doing them partly in order to make a salary, in order to, let's say, support our families and ourselves. Still, we can think of ourselves as helping others and should think of ourselves as doing things that are helpful. If we can't think of our jobs that way, perhaps we're in the wrong line of work. In difficult times, it can be a great help to bring these kinds of thoughts to mind regularly, even daily. These thoughts that really reflect upon the ways that we are all in this together. And for my part, I'm so thankful for all of you for watching these videos of mine. I'm thankful for the wonderful comments that I get on the videos. I'm thankful for, of course, all of my wonderful supporters over on Patreon, people who donate on PayPal, people who read my book or watch my courses. All of these are ways that you support me and my work, and that make this so wonderful for me personally and make me so thankful to you all. But I would wonder, what are you thankful for? Put your comments down below in the comments box. Let me know what you're thankful for today. And if you want another video that might be helpful, I have a video that I did a while back on positive thinking, which gratitude is one method of positive thinking in the way that that can help support our lives and support our happiness moving forward. I'll leave a link to that video up here on the screen if you haven't seen it or would like to see it again. Thanks so much to all of you, as I say. Wonderful. Thanksgiving is coming up here in the United States. I know not everyone practices, doesn't matter. It's a good practice anyway, to be thankful, to have gratitude. So thanks once more, and we'll catch you on the next video. And meanwhile, all of you, be well.